I want to talk to you about the building of the Lucknow Agra Expressway. This is a unique expressway, the longest in India, and was built by the Uttar Pradesh government, about 302 kilometers between October 2014 and September 2016. Completed in a record time of 23 months. It is one of the most important infrastructure projects to be taken up anywhere in the country. I happened to be the Chief Secretary of Uttar Pradesh during that period and was personally involved in every aspect of the project, monitoring, reviewing, and completing it on time. The concept starts from the philosophy of the government at that time that we have to focus on the development of infrastructure if UP has to come up with the required growth rate. And the slogan that we took was, and the slogan that was there of our Honorable Chief Minister also at that time was, that if you double the speed, you treble the economy. That means the faster you can make the traffic move, the transport move, the economy will grow at a much faster rate. It's a greenfield project, 6-lane expressway, expandable to 8 lanes, and there are some unique features about this project. The main unique feature being that it has a 3.3 kilometer stretch which can be used as an airstrip. In fact, the Air Force landed its Sukhoi aircraft on this airstrip, and I found it to be absolutely perfect for their use. This expressway was also an engineering marvel in more ways than one. There were more than 57 minor bridges, 13 major bridges, underpasses, pedestrian underpasses, and as many as 9 flyovers which are part of this project. And yet, the most significant part of this was that we had to acquire land over 10 districts. 10 districts of Uttar Pradesh, which involved 30,000 farmers and around 3,500 hectares of land. And all this was taken from the farmers by the UP government through negotiation, and there was not a single case which went to the Honorable High Court or there was a single dispute of any kind. After the initial report was prepared, this project was started in January 2015 and we could complete it by October-November 2016, which has a service rate, it has wayside amenities, it has toilet blocks, stations, restaurants, shopping arcades, and everything has been built into this concept of the Lucknow Agra Expressway. It also was to be seen that we make sure that it is safe for driving, so road safety was given importance. Also, we planned to develop agriculture mandis on the sites so that the farmers gain from this project. Digital message screens were used, advanced traffic management system was used, green energy solar was used for all illumination purposes, green belt was developed on both sides. So these are all things which make this kind of project unique in its own way. Let me now start with what were the basic highlights of this project. Initially, we wanted to start it in the PPP mode, public-private partnership mode. However, no developer was willing to come forward in the public-private partnership mode. The cost involved was 13,200 crores, so nobody was coming forward. So we decided, it was a bold decision at that time, to go ahead with the financing from the government side on the EPC mode. And we set up a UPDA authority, that is UP Expressway Industrial Development Authority, which became the nodal agency for construction of this expressway. And we started with getting the land, at least 80 to 90% of the land registered to us or to this authority before the work would start. In a record time, we completed all the registries of the land in as many as 270 days between June 2014 and January 2015. About this land acquisition, I want to clarify some points to you, because land acquisition is very often the biggest bottleneck which is there in any infrastructure project. Especially, you will see that many highways are stuck up for years because land acquisition has not been completed, because there are agitations from the landholders, because there are issues of compensation and everything. In our case, more than 90% of the land was taken by us through negotiated settlement. Only a small amount was taken from the landholders by using the Land Acquisition Act 2013. Now, how did we achieve this miracle of getting land from the farmers without there being a single dispute? Now, this was done by a process called negotiated settlement. From my side as the Chief Secretary, I issued instructions to all the district collectors. And mind you, there were 10 districts involved. There were 30,000 farmers involved. and there were 3,500 hectares of land to be taken. I issued instructions to all the collectors that you have to go village by village, negotiate with the farmers for the land and arrive at a compensation figure. They were empowered to do so, and they were given a timeline for doing it. I personally monitored this through video conferences with them, and almost all the collectors responded by getting this work done on time, and the compensation varied according to the proximity of the land to the expressway, going up to 4 times, which is as per the Land Acquisition Act of the circle rate. After getting this, the registry, as I have said earlier, was done in the record time, and the land came to the Expressway Development Authority for work to start. At that stage, we tendered for the EPC contract, and we were fortunate to finalize 5 packages, all given to the top companies like PNC Infratech, like Afcon's Infrastructure, like Nagarjun Construction Company, then L&T. In fact, Afcon Infrastructure had 2 of these packages, and so there were 5 packages. The entire 302-kilometer stretch was divided in that, and these are all top-rated companies. We were very clear in our mind that we are not going to get anything less than an A category company to work on this road, because we wanted the highest quality expressway to be created, the highest quality infrastructure to be created. As I said earlier, this was indeed, after the land acquisition, the biggest challenge then was to construct this on time and to construct it of the requisite quality. And there I must point out that it was indeed an engineering marvel, because as many as 13 major bridges, as many as 58 minor bridges, as many as over 100 underpasses, and then in this project, 700 to 800 dumpers were employed, 200 to 300 excavators, 300 rollers. These are the kind of equipment that was used in this. And the staff which worked on this project was 1,300 engineers, 1,500 non-engineering staff, and as many as 20,000 skilled and unskilled workers were made to work on this. So this is the kind of work that was done, and this tells you of the scale of operation that was taking place. The quality of the construction was so good that we tested it. It was a bituminous road, and that if you drive on this road and keep a glass of water on the bonnet of your vehicle, then the water will not spill. And this was tested out, and this is here for you to see. I have a video for that, and you can see that. So this was indeed the smoothness of the road that we constructed. Everybody at that time said that this will take 5 years to construct. Then even the developers said that the fastest we can go is 36 months. But the government said, no, you have to do it in 2 years. And I set up a decision-making committee at my level, which I chaired, which used to hold a meeting every Monday. Weekly timelines of this project were set up. You know, we worked on the reverse clock methodology. That if this project has to be completed in 24 months, what are all the various activities that have to be completed? By which time a particular activity has to be done? We worked backwards and came down to weekly targets, weekly timelines. And on every Monday, I used to monitor these weekly targets and see where we are, how we are doing, and also taking the right kind of decisions which will make this possible. The decision making was done across the table, unlike government. You know, government always works on files. And if we had to wait for paper to move from one department to another, for clearances to come, like removing of utilities, like substations or primary schools which are coming in the alignment, if we waited for files to move, this would have taken years for a decision to be taken. But these are decisions which I took across the table along with a team of officers with me, and with a timeline for implementing those decisions, and which we monitored that they were implemented on time. It was important also to develop a team spirit, which we were able to develop by sharing the vision with my entire team, giving them the challenge that if we can do this work, we'll be able to show that the government can function in this manner, that projects can be completed on time. Not every project goes for cost overrun or time overrun, and not only time, it can be done in the fastest possible way if there is a team spirit and if there is a shared goal. Of course, this project has huge benefits to the society. It is not only that an expressway has been built and you can drive from Noida to Lucknow now in 5 to 6 hours. More than that, it is, because of this fast movement, new industrial hubs are going to be created on both sides of the road. Logistics parks, warehousing, then hospitality sector, restaurants, hotels, petrol pumps, service sector industries, Then existing industries also getting a new lease of life. In existing industries, I must mention on this route are the Firozabad glass works. Then there is also the perfume industry of Kannauj. Both these industries will get a fillip because of this. And of course, a great fillip to the farmers of a region, because before this was a vegetable growing region. They used to sell their vegetables on the road itself to the middlemen and get a very low price for the same. But now they're getting the facility of sending their product directly to the Delhi markets or even beyond Delhi at a fast rate, where the vegetables will get a higher price and buyers are coming to their fields directly and buying vegetables from them. So this is a very big benefit to the farmers of that area, and we realizing that put in the plan construction of 3 to 4 agriculture mandis in this area, in particular taking into account the fact that this was an area which is known for potato cultivation and also for its milk cultivation. So it will be a great fillip to the horticulture sector as well as to the dairy sector. Now, after all the benefits, I should like to say what are the learnings you could get from this. Okay, the 72 kilometers project was completed on time. Well, one of the major learnings was, I must say, that there has to be a political will. Political will is extremely important. We had this political will with the support of our Honorable Chief Minister. Without a political will, this kind of a project can never be possible. He gave me an absolutely free hand and asked me to take decisions on merit. Then comes the administrative leadership. I personally, as Chief Secretary, provided the leadership and selected the right kind of team to work on this. As the CEO of this project, we selected the best possible person who would be able to implement this project. And not only the CEO, from PWD, we selected the best engineers and took them on deputation to the Expressway Authority, so that we have highly motivated, technically equipped, technically competent team which will be able to carry out this project. So it is very important to select the right person for the right job, and we did so in this. Decision making, as I said earlier, has to be prompt and immediate and in the interest of the project. This we ensure by monitoring this project on a weekly basis and taking decisions across the table. Rigorous monitoring on weekly timelines, on weekly targets. This was done to see that there was adequate amount of pressure on the developers, and they were also given, the clause that if they could complete this project early, they will get the benefits out of this project. So there was a motivation for them also to complete this project early, and there was motivation for the employees also, because from time to time, as they started doing the work properly or completing the small targets, we used to compliment them, we used to, praise them, we used to give them all kind of support, and they also felt, enthused that their work is being recognized and they are being given all kind of support. Will to succeed is absolutely most important, and involving all the stakeholders and community is very important. We involved all the people who were living on both sides of the road, the villages. That's why the landholders gave their land for this project, because immediately they saw, the economy changing. Immediately they saw money coming into their coffers through the land that was acquired. Their income level went up. They were able to spend much more. They were able to acquire many more assets. They started getting employment on the project itself. And they could see the benefits of this project in the future, where it was likely to generate far greater employment and far greater income support for the people living in this area. So this in all was a wonderful project, Lucknow Agra Expressway, the largest expressway constructed in India, constructed the fastest way in 23 to 24 months, constructed with absolute technical competence and high quality of work, constructed with the team of government team which really worked day and night as a team and shared the vision and the goal to make it possible. And there was leadership, the level which I could impart as Chief Secretary, and the Honorable Chief Minister imparted at his level as the Chief Minister. So all in all, it was a perfect execution of a project, and it shows how a project should be undertaken, how it should be executed, how each section of the population should be involved in it, and how each stakeholder should realize that this project will benefit them in every possible way. Thank you.